What do people get on you today? Lucille Aganate. Hey, Brandon, what's up, brother? Jenny Christensen. All right, here we go. Lucille Aganate. Hello, my friends. How y'all doing today? Oshi Wusu. Whoa, I skip him. Oshi Wus Wu Wosu. Gwosu. Oshi. Oshi Gwosu. There we go. So in other words, here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say, hello, my friend. How are you? Otsio Aganate Oshi Gwosu. Pretty good, huh? Anyway, like I said, I'm going to start practicing. And the thing about it is, after I made my little, the #1 Bigfoot research group in the state of Virginia, Virginia Mountain Bigfoot Research Organization, is driving people nuts. Good. That's what I wanted. But learning the language is only half of learning about Sasquatch. I'm learning the language to learn to communicate. Who knows? I might go in and ask the big boy, and I'll do it this way. Do de sa, do ha. Do de sa. Do ha, ha. Do de sa, do what? Do de sa, oh ha. What's your name? Do de sa. Do ha. All right, so let's try this. Let's make a sentence with this. Oshio Aganate. Oshi Wusu. Wosu. Do de sa do a. New group you made, huh? Really? Cool. Well, you know, learning the language is only part, it's just a small part of learning about Sasquatch. Now, that's right. Happy Valentine's Day to all my friends and relatives and all the good stuff. You can say Happy Valentine's Day to a Sasquatch. Happy Valentine's Day, Sasquatch. Did I make a new group? What new group is that? I've got the same group I've always had. We got the Virginia Mountain Bigfoot Research Organization. We got Valley of the Giants, Inside the Appalachian Squatch, and Valley Bigfoot. And we got about 6 groups altogether. You know, but the thing about it is, 39 years, you know, and now we got young people out there trying to make us old timers look bad. What these young people don't know is we've got the knowledge and we've got to go to customer into buy. Oh, okay. But the young people today claiming that they know more than anybody, that they're this or that. What they lack to understand is older folks like me. I'll be 60 in October. I will have been researching for 40 years. Number one, I got the knowledge, and number two, I got the experience. That's what's needed to teach. is knowledge and experience. I don't read books. I don't go to a Walmart center and buy a book on wildlife on how to read tracks or about, you always hear, learn about your wildlife. Before you preach that, make sure you know what you're doing. Because just look at a track and say, that's this track, that belongs to this creature and that belongs to that creature. 2-year-old can do that. It's not hard. But to understand the track and read the track and everything, it takes experience, it takes knowledge. That's what I have. Been doing it for years. The video that me and a buddy of mine did, we show you while we're doing it. But people who are inexperienced will claim that we don't know what we're doing. We have no idea. We don't know what the tracks are. We don't have no experience in tracking. We don't have no experience in anything because the older generation have knowledge and experience. That's two things that the young people today do not have. They would tell you, come with me. I tell the truth. I show real evidence. Where? When you can tell people and show people your evidence, like photographs. Not many people's got clear pictures of squatches. I'm lucky. Me and Connie's like, we got clear pictures. Where's the bell? Everybody who takes and looks at my research, I tell people, they say, where's your evidence at? Where's your documentation? And my documentation has been in front of y'all for thousands of years. I teach through the old ancient ways. Last night, Jerry Arnold, supposed to be a well-respected host and does shows on researchers. Last night, he made a dick out of himself on Daniel's show last night, trashing me. And the funny thing is, the man don't even know me. He knows my name. He knows I'm a researcher. As far as it goes. He listened to that person last night. Like I said, it's called Follow the Leader. He followed the leader. But then when people get to the point where they say, I got to check this guy out, then they check out my evidence, my documentation, my photographs, everything. And then they listen to me. And they realize that I'm nothing like he described. That's the fun part about it. I don't claim that I'm this. I don't claim that I'm that. I didn't say I was a professional researcher. Me or Connie, we never said that. We don't go by the protocol of supposedly the Bigfoot researchers. In other words, science. See, people think science is facts. No, actually it's not. Science is based on theory. Yes, theory is what Bigfoot researching, or not Bigfoot research, but science is based on theory, not fact. Now, the legends, stories, the folklores, when all they got started, it started with facts. Started with the truth. Don't believe me? Research Native Indians. Starting from the Trail of Tears. Or back before that. About the native tribes and the Sasquatches. You'll realize, and a lot of people, just out of shit and giggles, decided to try it. the way they decide to, check, make sure I'm telling the truth, and realize, hey, he is right on what he says. We looked it up. He's correct. Everything he talks about the Sasquatch, about the Indians, about the documentation of Sasquatches through cave drawings, records, documentation through the Native Indians, is right dead on. No denying that. That's why I tell people, you don't believe me? Check it out for yourself. The evidence has been there in front of you for thousands of years. You just have to know how to do it. People who use science, cannot comprehend and cannot figure out how I do my research. Every native Indian who researches Bigfoot through the ancient old ways is learning the same way I am. That's not so hard. Let me get look at this out right here. Right there. See, this out right here is kind of lazy. Pretty soon I'll be like this. Oh, if you know what I'm saying? But science, people who use science, you know why they buck us, people who don't use science? Because deep down inside, they know that we're right. Because when we research through the old ways, we are learning from hands-on experience over decades, generations, years, millennia, and shit like that. We're learning. It's like a little while ago, we're sitting there learning about the Vikings. Did you know that Viking women had ships and they did fight? Some of them better than men. But to the younger generation, there's no way. Same thing. They think because they use science that they're going to be the creme of the creme. Nobody can deny that they're wrong. Except people who research that way. The people who research through the ancient ways, like me and about 500,000 other people, Native Indians, other tribes. Take Baltimore. He might be 30% Apache, but he's still an Apache. Here in the last couple of years, a lot of native tribes like the Apache, the Lakotas, the couple other groups, I can't think of their names, started coming out about Bigfoot. So Baltimore started talking to his elders. And Baltimore realized that everything his elders were talking about, I've been talking about. The way I describe things, the history, the good, the bad, the ugly. Find out that I'm correct. A lot of natives get in touch with me. And they say, brother, we got one thing in common. I said, what's that? Like us, you research the ancient ways. The ancient ways is how you actually learn about Sasquatch. But, 39 years, and I'm still learning. That's the beauty of researching through the old ways, because you never stop learning. When I go in the woods, when me and Connie go in the woods and we doing Facebook Live, what we're looking at, you're looking at the same thing. You experience exactly the same thing that we are. And besides, y'all see stuff that we don't even see behind us. When I went out a couple weeks ago, y'all were seeing one, maybe two juveniles following me. And I knew, and I told y'all, I know exactly where they're at. I know what they're doing. And even though I'm sitting there talking on Facebook as we speak, there's one going from 12:30 to my 2 o'clock position. And I'm looking at y'all, but I'm using my peripheral vision and I'm using my hearing to listen. Sure enough, everything I said, the Squatchy did right to the letter. Okay, Hereford, teacher, OCO, Aganate, Oshi, Wosu. Hello, my friend. Dode Saduha. Dode Saduha. What's your name? There, how's that, Charles? Oh, and by the way, thank you. Shiki. 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 Thank you. That's what it means. Shiki means thank you. So when you go in the woods, you say, OCO, Aganate. OCO, Aganate. Hello, my friend. Oshi wo su. Oshi wo su. How are you? Dode Sadua. Sadua. What's your name? Dode Sadua. What's your name? Now put it all into sentences. Hello, hello, my friend. How are you? What is your name? Okay, ready? OCO, Aginate, Oshi Wosu, Dode Sa Doa. And Shiki, Shiki. Anybody who's listening to me and they're in the Cherokee area with Cherokee natives, learn to speak that. I want to see if y'all get the same response I get. I'm gonna start using this. That's why I'm practicing. Like I say, I'm practicing certain paraphrases. Oshio, Aganate. Hello, my friend. Dode Sa Doha. What's your name? Put it and just keep practicing it, and then kind of put it all in the phrase. Oshio, Aganate. Oshi wo su. Dode Sa Doa. Shiki. Hey man, like I said, hello there. You a big corral. You know, but y'all start practicing that in your area. Whatever native tribes was in your region, whatever tribes in your region, learn the dialect language, the old dialect language. If you take and learn what tribes are in the Bluff Creek region, you just might. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm doing it here in Virginia on the East Coast. Now remember, folks, you're listening to the #1 Bigfoot group in the state of Virginia, Virginia Mountain Bigfoot Research Organization Group. Remember that. Okay. Right now it's, you know, mess with somebody. Oh, just tearing their nerves up, you know. But I don't care. After I finished last night, that's it. Working on the language. We all need to work on the language of the tribes that are in y'all's regions. Learn. I'll ride down the road. I'll see people. OCO. Aganade. Oshi. Wo su. Do de. Sa. Do I. Make sentences out of it. What you're actually doing is responses is what you want. That's what you want. They respond. Like when I go in, I'll say, Osio, Iya, Niha. Hello. I'm your friend. I mean you no harm. We give responses. I'm glad they do, Simon. I'm glad they do because they're learning. Like I said, I can get in front of 100 people. I can get in front of 1,000 people and speak for 30 minutes. And they will have learned more from me than they will from the ECBRO or Sam DeLucia's group. The only other group they'll listen to besides me is Ryan Redden's group. Because we told him about the language. He kind of hesitated, but he said, I got 36 tribes. If we'll go through all of them. And he found out that the Squatches in his area speak dialect language Mohawk. And I listened to a guy the other day. He was a spiritualist, or an elder. Mohawk and Micmac. See, Daniel has got Micmac in his blood. Just a little bit, but he still has it. He trashes his own ancestry. That's the bad thing about it. You hear that I lie. You hear that we have fantastic stories. You hear we have no evidence. We have no documentation. You know, it seems mighty funny. If I didn't have any of these things, why are people listening to me? Am I just that good and full of shit, or am I just that good? I don't know. I tell people, I'm not an expert. I don't know everything. I don't claim to be a field researcher. I don't claim to be a professional tracker. I don't claim to be a lot of stuff. And when people say I'm not professional about it, I don't give a shit if you like it or not, because we're not out to look like a professional Bigfoot group. There is no certain way to research. There is no way. When me and Connie go out, oh, that's how he learned. He read other people's books and made it his own information. Let's see. Daniel has admitted to reading books to help him with his research. I know you don't read any Sasquatch books and rather go out in the woods and investigate. I don't investigate. I go out, we go out, we speak the language, we see what the responses are. We do our research, and we're being followed. People thought I was full of shit. People thought I was full of shit when I said that. Then when we started going Facebook Live, everybody started seeing Squatches follow us. Juveniles, sometimes adults. I got photographs of me being followed. I got close-ups of Squatches hiding. Zoomed in, close-up, clear as a bell. But for people who claim that they're better than anybody, you never see a photograph. You might see a structure or two, and you might see a boatload of footprints. And then you hear 99% of the Bigfoot tracks you find are double bear steps. I've talked to a ton of Indians, natives. And you know what they say? A double bear step in a Sasquatch track is like night and day. Just like I've been saying, night and day. You cannot read a book and say that you're a tracker. No. I proved. That's just the funny part. I proved about my tracking by me and a friend of mine. We flipped a coin, I lost, so I videoed. But the way that the Indian friend of mine was talking about the tracks, describing everything, that's how you read a track. That's how you understand a track. Just because you see a track on the ground and say, oh, that's a turkey, doesn't make you a professional. Doesn't make you a tracker. You always hear, oh, you need to go to the store. You need to go to the library and buy a book on knowing nature, knowing the footprints. That's not a tracker. That's not learning about wildlife. 90% of the people I know that are in the country have been raised around nature all our lives. It's not unusual to see coyote tracks going through your front yard. Hell, even mountain lions, bobcats, coyotes, wolves, even Bigfoot. We know all that shit. We were raised around it all our lives. We didn't come from up north to come down here in the south and try to tell us southern folks how to do shit. Everything that we talk about, we know from experience. I've already talked about Baltimore. Baltimore only, see, the reason me and Baltimore got into it quite a few times was because of what Daniel was telling him about me. Daniel was telling him bad things about me. And Baltimore said, well, I put his ass in line. And to come find out, I put Baltimore's ass in line. And I thought he was the same way with me. Till the day we met at the conference. Baltimore was nervous as shit. He was sweating beads, I guess. He was nervous about meeting me until he did. Then just by standing there talking, looking at his stuff, he realized y'all were nothing like what Daniel said you was. He could have told you that. When Daniel was supposed to be at that Triticon, the con thing down in Kentucky, I was one of the speakers. After Daniel talked to him, I got lifted out of there, and Ed Brown got put in. Now it's like this conference here in 2019. I got lifted out, and Mike Cook got put in. Yeah. But I can tell you this, Simon, the Apaches started coming out with Bigfoot, and what Baltimore didn't know was he heard everything I was talking about. He said there's no way possible. But then when he started talking to his elders were telling him the same thing that I was talking about. The same thing I'm teaching. Now Baltimore says, okay, now I know how he does it now. And he agrees. And me and Baltimore talk. He messages me, or I'll message him once in a while, and we'll sit down and we'll have a chat, respectfully, and we, tell about what we're researching, what we learned and everything, like he come across a new species of bird down in Texas. Cool beans, He's like, see, Baltimore mainly researches birds. If I want to talk about birds, I talk about them. He knows birds. I know Sasquatches. Baltimore is learning about Squatches. Now he's starting to learn through his elders. And everything his elders are telling him is exactly what I've been telling y'all for years. Okay, Fred, I watched that new MK Davis video of a possible Sasquatch on your timeline. Which one was that one? Which Squatch are you talking about? Which video? I got so many MK Davis videos, it's pathetic. But you let me know. Actually, I really didn't look at Facebook much yesterday. You know, but when it came to the MK Davis videos, I've been following MK Davis before I even started getting on a computer. I never got on the computer until 2008, to be honest with you. Oh, you know, we're gonna be camping 6 miles from there, you know. So well, there's one guy who's come to the conference, but he's gonna be camping with us, is Paul Halsey. And I can tell him that once he gets there, he's gonna get bored and leave within an hour. You know. But there's gonna be a lot of people leaving the conference gonna try to come and camp with us. And if these people are some of the people who are trashing me, trashing Connie along with Daniel, they're not allowed to camp with us. They're not. Oh, the Russian Yeti. That is actually true. That was sent to MK by Ivan Borshka. That is an actual Russian Bigfoot. Actually, I seen that 8 years ago, about 10 years ago. I seen it when it first come out. But people say it's a hoax because Bigfoots don't get over 8 foot tall. The average 99.9999% through Daniel Benoit is under 9 foot tall. And bears here in Virginia don't get over 300 pounds. Yeah, you're right, it does. He's got that blonde streak in his beard. It looks like it comes from his mustache down and it comes right around this way. And he's got it pinned up on one side. He's got a little something red. Yeah, Neanderthal. Not like Patty. The original face of Patty. You see a human. You see the side right here is braided and you got a piece of wood. What it is, she got it on both sides. It comes right to the back, ties. It comes down her shoulders or comes down behind her, one of the two. When she comes back the way she's walking, that was put in there. Her finger holding a rock. Look at the color of her skin. Her hand is black, but the finger and the rock are transparent. Look at the thumb of Patty on her left hand. What are you looking at? She has a thumb in the same spot we do. Human. You know, I can go on and on and on about Patty, man, you know. And everybody says, why are you attacking MK Davis? Blah, blah. He's the great American cowboy in 67. No, he's not. There is documentation. There is transcripts from shows that Gimlin's been on. Then he come out with one here a couple weeks ago. Oh, MK Davis talking about all that blood, all that was red maple leaves. Really? 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 Look, I'm an arborist, and I know what a freaking red maple leaf looks like. That's no red maple leaf. Everything was a lie. Patterson, I can't say nothing about him because I don't know. Gimlin is document. There is documentation. There is transcripts from shows that he did, and these come from the TV stations. The transcripts and the radio stations. The transcripts come, but MK has come from these radio station TV shows because every show has transcripts of what you're saying word for word. It's recorded. It's documented. A lot of friends and a lot of people I know have unfriended MK because of that. Me, I tend to believe the evidence. That's just me. Like many of y'all didn't know, the Minnesota Iceman was a 5 to 6 foot juvenile from Bluff Creek. And with that little situation, there was a senator back in 1968 who knew about it and was part of it. Senator Walter Mondale. But see, the younger generations don't pay attention. They don't have the knowledge or the know-how or the common sense to understand what's right in front of your face. Like the way I teach. Inexperience and naiveness is what the younger generation is. Not all younger generations like that. Most of them. Here in Virginia, there's one main group that teaches the old ways and people learn, and that's the Virginia Mountain Bigfoot Research Organization group. We are known all over the world. But you got the ECBRO claiming to be, I tell the truth. I show you real evidence. What? A few broken sticks in a footprint here and there. When you can show me photographs, like it's right here, right there. That's a 12-foot squatch. That's his girlfriend right there. When you can show me pictures like that, or have one looking right at you, come and talk to me. We have evidence. We have documentation. We have everything. The younger generation does not know how to, they can't, put it this way, they cannot comprehend what us older folks know through experience. Everybody's taught one thing or another at one time in life or another. It's simple. You want to learn about the Sasquatch? You learn through Native Americans and by listening and paying attention to what Squatches do. A lot of people know how I do it. A lot of people can't comprehend how I know how I do it. I've proved so much in the last year about Sasquatch. And all these younger generations says, you're full of shit. You're a liar. You don't know what you're talking about. You have no idea. That's what they say. But knowledge and know-how is the key. Well, hell, they don't even know the difference between a possum track and you're right about that. Now, possum track, their toes are way apart, way apart. A coon track has got long, skinny toes with the nails on the end. Hey, baby Bigfoot. Let me show y'all what a baby Bigfoot hand looks like. Of course, you already know, but this goes out to people who don't know. This here is a baby Sasquatch handprint. This here is a baby Sasquatch footprint. Now see that right there? Let me get my finger right here. Oh, here we go. Let's go this way. I'm backwards on the camera. I'll get right here. This, look at that. There's a thumb. There's a pinky. Right here, you can see the fingers, 1, 2, and 3, you know. But here's the thing. You see this part of your finger right here. You see all the digits up through here, and you see wrinkles at the bottom of your wrist. Possums don't have that. So we have knowledge and experience versus idiots who claim that they're an expert on tracks. They're an expert in this. They're an expert in that. People say qualifications. People say, he says, he claims he's an arborist. He don't know that hole in the ground. Everybody who knows Aspen Tree Company knows Linda Dyke. Linda Van Dyke, I think it's her last name. She lives 20 minutes from an Aspen company. And she states the same thing I did. To work for Aspen, you have to be trained about the trees, the soil, weather, all 9 yards. And yes, I'm just that damn good because I spent 1 year as a power line technician, sidewalling. Second year, I had 3 crews underneath me. That's how fast I learned. Then when I got hurt, I had to leave that. I started my own tree business, and my work spread it word of mouth, and I was decent price. But my work was everybody. I got someone hired me to work for them, and they told their friends, and their friends told it. It was all word of mouth. Boom. Because I was just that damn good. Now we got Sasquatches. I'm just that damn good, except one thing. You never, ever, never stop learning. Even though I've taught y'all everything I've known that I know so far on Sasquatch, y'all have been right there with me. Because I don't care how many books you read. I don't care how much information you gather from the library, from books in the store, from talking to other people. They're not an expert until you get out in the woods and you research. You learn. You learn. Can you so you can even see how the thumb is slightly lower on a baby handprint, like a baby Bigfoot hand up, like this. See how my hand is? See how my thumb and my pinky is? That's a possum track. Ooh. But the thing about it is, nobody in the United States except for one person who has a print like that. And the guy never had the guy who checked Connie's print out is a professional. He's a print analyst. He does humans, primates, and all sorts of animals. And he said that is the best handprint of a premature baby Sasquatch. He said that's a premature baby hand, human hand. But in Daniel's eyes, that don't exist. No one has the resources like he does. His resources is going to Walmart and buying a book. going to the library. See, you see what I'm trying to do? You see what, you're following me so far? You see what I'm talking about? People here in Virginia or in the South, we are raised around wildlife. We know our wildlife. We didn't have to buy a book and read it. Fred, have you ever seen a footprint of a baby Sasquatch? What do you know? A footprint of a baby Sasquatch. Damn. Yes, Simon, I have. I would think it's difficult, as the mother would always carry. Well, the thing about it is, we also got another footprint that was that long, and it was perfect. I showed a lady, and her husband was there, and had a child there with them one day, and I said, "Y'all want to see a baby Bigfoot footprint?" Yeah. I said, "There it is." "Oh, that's a human footprint." I said, "No. Stop for a minute and look at this. Look at your son's toes." I said, "Take your foot, put it down there." Kid did. I said, "Now, what do you see different between your son and that footprint?" "Well, the toes look longer." I said, "Bingo." Bingo. She's saying, "And?" I said, "Think about it. Look at your toes on your son's foot in that print. You see he's got stubby toes. But you look at the one of the baby Sasquatch, you see the longer toes. That's the difference. Well, it looks human. Yeah, it looks human because they are human, you know. But remember, folks, I don't know my tracks. People down here in the South live for the woods, live for the mountains. We know our tracks. We didn't read books. We don't buy books. "Oh, you want to learn about this? You gotta go to Walmart's and buy a book on wildlife. That'll teach you everything you need in it." No, it ain't. You know what that book's called? How to Learn Animals for Dummies, basically. I've never, like I say, I don't read books. I read books on rock crawling with jeeps, hunting, gunsmith. I am a certified gunsmith. I'm a welder. I'm an archaeologist. I mean, not an archaeologist, my ass. Let's just put it this way. I got certificates for a lot of shit, but I don't show them. Why do I need to show them? The way I talk, like guns. I took a 7-month course, studied, took the test, and passed it in 2 months. That's going from the barrel, making the barrel, all the way to all the way to finishing the gun out in 2 months. They said they've never had anybody do that. To me, it's common sense. It's like when you live on a farm. It's common sense to know when a cow is bulling or coming into heat. Knowing about your chickens, knowing about the farm animals, know when something's wrong, know when to do it. Then you go out in the woods, go hunt. You start out with squirrels. We're always taught to hunt squirrels first, and rabbits. We are taught the footprints by our parents or by our grandparents out in the woods. It's common sense to understand and learn. Yes, I'm an arborist. But when you have someone come from up north coming down here and telling everybody, "Oh, you need to know your wildlife." What these people don't, what these northerners don't know, that we don't need to read books. We live it every day. We're in the woods every day. We know turkey. We know deer. We know bear. We know squirrels. We know Bigfoots. We know all that shit. It's second nature to us. Why do we want someone from up north to come down and tell us, oh, you have to read a book, you have to learn this, you have to learn that? Then you hear, well, I'm this, I'm that, and the other. Who gives a flying shit what you are? You come down here, you read books, and you're this, you're that, the other. I don't read books, period, when it comes to Bigfoot. I got a brand new book by Ron Moorhead I bought from him. I just bought it for the CD. I've never opened that book, and I don't even know what the first letter is in it or the first word in it. I don't know. I don't care. I told my brother, you want it? When I find it, I'll give it to you. You can have it. Knock yourself clean. I don't care. I don't read books about Bigfoot because that is called persuasion. That's called follow the leader. When I get trashed, everybody who listens to them follows the leader. What y'all talking about? Jesse Taylor. It's like winning the lottery and have print that. Yeah, exactly. Let me see. But you know, bottom line is, I don't read books. My knowledge and my know-how and my research speaks for itself. My evidence, documentation, everything speaks for itself. I have nothing to prove. Now you have people, young people, trying to make us older generation look like a fool. And they think science is where it's at. Science is not where it's at. Science is not facts. Science is based off theories. Proof positive. Theories. Yeah, we did not get two shells. And you're talking about squirrel hunting. I know. I've had to do the same thing. You get a 22 rifle and you get 2 bullets. One put in your gun, you got one left in your pocket. You got to come back with 2 squirrels. Maybe 3 if you get lucky. 2 in one shot. I've done it before. With the 22 mag. Shot. Hit 1 squirrel and dropped 2. Didn't even know it. But the thing about it is, these young groups like the ECBRO and let's see, I call it Misty Mountain Girly Committee, Sam DeLucia's group. Y'all were told that those 2 groups are the only real Bigfoot groups in Virginia. No. Number 1, they're not known around the world. Number 2, they're lucky if they can pass Mississippi on teaching people because they don't teach people. All they're worried about is making themselves look good. As Richter Riolo told Daniel Benoit, you are a show whore. As you notice, Daniel's got so much shit he can make a damn series out of it. Trying to get his face and his name and his group out there. He's trying to get the whole East Coast from Vermont to the Florida Keys to Mississippi under his insignia. A lot of people who started are throwing him out. We don't have one, have no association with him. New Jersey, that girl got in touch with me. She said, number 1, we are not part of the ECBRO. 2, we don't like the ECBRO. And 3, it's an insult to be associated with the ECBRO. In other words, Daniel's trying to make it to ECBRO North Carolina, ECBRO New Jersey, ECBRO Mississippi. No, no one's doing that. Everybody who started out with this insignia is booting it out because they're realizing exactly what type of person he really is. He can't stand it because he cannot bust me. Now, he claims, both groups, that they busted me wide open. But people like y'all, show me how you did it. I want you to publish it. I want you to post it on Facebook and show us and the world how you busted Fred and Connie. We want to see the evidence that y'all used. And you know something? You're going to see it and you won't hear no more about it.
What? Quit!
What?
You know what?
I can't help your pants can't stay up.
Quit!
But, you know, regardless of whatever, you
You're
know.
just going to get a Valentine bruising.
But, you know, the thing is, and I decided last night after I had my little fun, you know what will eat him up worse than anything in this world? And y'all can help me. Just, yeah. Y'all can say, we listened to the #1 Bigfoot group in Virginia. They said, what's that? The Virginia Mountain Bigfoot Research Group, organization group. That right there is like ants trying to get honey. That will. She does it on Wednesdays, Simon. She does it on Wednesdays at 4 o'clock. You know, she does it at 4 o'clock on Wednesdays. I'm the one who does it majority of the time. Connie does her tidbits, you know, to help. When are you going to do your next tidbit podcast?
I know in Steven's group it'll be Wednesday.
Right.
I said,
Oh, will Connie be doing a show with me tonight? Well, she did last night. We had fun at it.
with Simon? Oh, yeah. More than likely. Could have some fun now. Ooh.
We have fun at it. But if y'all want to see someone get mad and scream like a little 2-year-old, just drop Daniel a message and say, hey, we found a group that is the top group in Virginia, the Virginia Mountain Bigfoot Research Organization group. Say, we learned so much from this guy, it makes y'all look funny. Just say that and watch the fireworks. Because okay. But see, that right there would drive him ballistic. Now, what's the better way, instead of screaming and yelling back at him for what he says in response, wouldn't it be simpler when he says there's only 2 main groups in Virginia that are the top groups in Bigfoot, and they're not? Wouldn't you rather listen to somebody who's known all over the world? And the best thing about it is that he still learns, or they still learn, and they research through the ancient ways. That right there would drive them guys completely ballistic. But remember this, every year when he has a conference, I go through this. Now, after the conference, you won't hear another word about me. And he'll wait 3 months, maybe 6 months, and then he'll friend me again. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, he'll make up some bullshit. But here's the difference. This time, when he goes into my area, he's going to be getting a big surprise. Remember, squatches are like elephants. They don't forget. That is a fact, because when I first started researching in my area, I started out with one family unit. There was a male, a female, an older female, and two little ones. I've watched that one group grow from one group to almost 9 groups now, and they're all kin, and they hang together. I hope he gets a haircut before his conference. He looks like he cut his hair. He's trying a new hairstyle to supposedly attract the women. But see, here's one thing that he will not deny. No matter how pissed off he gets, he will not deny. He has the hots for my wife. Because Connie's, he made a comment one day. He says, I like to find a woman who hunts, fishes, enjoys camping, and gets into Bigfoot. Everything describes her. The reason he wants her is because she's an empath and she makes, like me, we get a disability check each month. Daniel figures he can get her, he can get all the equipment he wants, and when he goes out to the woods, he uses her to watch his out. Where they at? They're over there. Oh, good, let's go over there. Now we're out here today, and I found the squashes over there, you know, that's what you're going to hear. That's what he wants. Exactly, Simon. Exactly. I'm the one who showed Daniel where his first group of Sasquatches were going to be. I told him how many they were going to be. I told him which way they were coming in, what time they were coming in, and what time they were leaving. And everything was right to the letter. He won't admit that. He won't admit that I taught him for 1 year straight. Now he's telling people that I don't know my tracks. He's telling people that when you find a Bigfoot track, you look at it real good, you see it's a double bear step. I've talked to bear hunters. I've talked to some of the best researchers in the United States and abroad. And we all agree, word for word. Double bear step and Sasquatch tracks are like night and day, black and white. But you can't tell a northerner that he's wrong because they wet their diaper and have a hissy fit. Now, as you notice, every show that Daniel's going to be having from between now, or between a couple weeks ago, or a couple months ago, all the way till up into June, where he's going to have a conference, he's going to be getting worse and worse and worse in trashing me. And he's going to have newbies on there, and they're going to be trashing me because they're following the leader. Like Curry Arnold. The man doesn't even know me personally. Was dogging the shit out of me last night because he followed Daniel. Y'all hold on for a minute.
Oh, you got it?
Hello. Oh, what the hell are you doing, boy? I'm doing a live podcast right now. My usual tidbits. I'm doing tidbits. Tidbit, Tidbits. Bigfoot, of course. Yeah. All right, talk to you then, man. Be good. That was a buddy of mine. But, you know, like I said, it's going to be getting worse. He's going to be going ballistic. He's going to be raising hell. He's going to try to get he's even coming over to my friends list and begging them to come to him because he says, I will show you the truth. I will tell you the truth, and I will show you real evidence. Everybody he's tried to get over says, what evidence? You have nothing what Fred has. Fred has more evidence than you will ever have in your entire life. Oh, well, I hear you, Simon. He should, but I would never be his friend again. He doesn't deserve the friendship. He has said way too much insulting things. You can always say sorry, but it will never change his character. I wouldn't want someone like that in my life again. Well, Daniel, see, this is how desperate he's getting. He made a video one day about me and about Connie. He was saying I was talking ill about his mama, about his daddy, and his daughter. He doesn't realize that his dad was one of my best friends. And I know his mom. I've talked to her mom. I love the woman to death. But Daniel told y'all that I was talking bad about him. Why would I want to talk bad about him? The last time we talked to him was when Daniel had that thing at the library. We had a good time, talking, laughing up and everything. But yet I'm talking ill about him. He's going to use every hook and crook to make me look bad. But y'all want to make him look bad and laugh about it? Just drop tidbits, notes, whatever. You want to listen to the top group in Virginia, the #1 group in Virginia, listen to the Virginia Mountain Bigfoot Research Organization group. That will send him into orbit. And all I'm doing, and here's the thing about it, I'm not pushing nothing on anybody. I was told by I ain't got no fingers toes, that I research the way they do, the old ways. And I'm sticking to that. Why? Because you actually learn the history, the good, the bad, the ugly, everything. Everything is documented through thousands of years. But the younger people nowadays don't believe that. They think, like Daniel Benoit, that the natives is just stories and folklore. Doesn't realize that all them stories and folklore start out with fact. Science is not perfect. Science is based on theory. He cannot comprehend that science is based on theory. That's it. Theory. You know. And like with what I'm doing today, what I'm starting to learn. OCO, Aganate, Do De Sa, Do Wa, Do A. Shit like that. I'm learning to speak Cherokee. I'm learning specific phrases like OCO, Aganate. Hello, my friend. Oshi Brett. How do you pronounce GWO? Is that glow or what? It's supposed to be, how are you? Oshi Rosu. That's what I don't know what the GWO pronounced. But what I'm saying is, hello, my friend. How are you? What's your name? And when I walk out of the woods, Shakib. Thank you. I'm learning. And y'all are learning too. Basically, Connie has been around Squatches ever since she was a little girl. she always thought that the stuff she was finding in the woods were made by people who lived up in the mountains. And then she realized that she had squatches. And she didn't see one until after her daughter was killed. She was in a deep depression because of her daughter. Then she had that one squatch. She saw it. Then she put the pieces together. The squatches sat across the road up on the hill. And when Connie walks up the road, they'll whistle at her. The squatches can sit on top of the hill and watch her, watch the house, watch what happens daily. The squatches can see that. And vocal, when me and Connie was camping up in the pines, I had to come back to the house for something. And just, you could hear the squatches over hooting and hollering, yipping, yapping, talking, blah, blah, all sorts of shit. Clear as a bell. And I told the guy, I said, is this like it's every day? He said, yeah, it's like it's every day. Everybody knows they're there. Everybody who lives in that area knows that squatches live there. And they don't pay attention to them. They know they're there. They know they exist, but they don't, you know. Yeah, Connie has been researching a hell of a lot longer. Now, people told Daniel that, no, Daniel told people that he's been researching as long as I have. Here's the kicker. That means when Daniel was 3 months old in diapers, his dad was taking him out and teaching Bigfoot to him. Brian Stedman, all of the Commonwealth of Virginia used to be Virginia Indian Territory. You're right. Indigenous people have occupied region for the last 12,000 years. Yes, you're right. Their population has been estimated to have been about 50,000 at the time of the European colonizations. And goes on from there, you know. But the thing about it is, the younger generation won't admit it. They won't admit that us older folks, we have the knowledge and we have the experience. As I stated, between now and Daniel's conference, he's going to get worse on trashing us. You can take that to the bank, because this is the second year in a row that he has done this. And all they're trying to do is tell people we got rid of the liars and the hoaxers and the fake researchers in Virginia, and we are the true groups. That's what he's trying to do. It's not working, because for 2 years plus, him and his whole little rascal groups, little children, have been trying to debunk me. I've had people all over the world for 30 plus years try to debunk me, and they can't do it. There's no way. Everything I talk about is documented. Everything I have talked about with the squatches, everybody has seen or experienced the same thing that I have. I've taught y'all how they hide in the open, and I'm still learning about that too. The colors of eyes, the way the juveniles, the way they're being taught by the adults, how they hide in the open. I have documentation of juveniles laying and sitting in the open watching me. Daniel does not have that. He doesn't have shit. But he claims that he's learned by reading books. If you have to take and read a book on prints, now here's something he states, and he swears by it. If you find this one certain print in your wood, you are in danger. But he never says what it is. I've seen one dog man in my area. One. And I have a photograph of a baby juvenile dog man that I caught and didn't even know I did. I've got between me and Connie, we got so many freaking photographs of squatches. We've got so many different types of casts. Connie's even got a four-toed footprint. And I got one that he crossed 5 minutes after he crossed. Right when I went over to Burma, went straight about 50 yards, he crossed right behind me. 13 inches long, 13 and a quarter inches long. That wide at the ball, that wide at the heel. And that was only an 8-footer or 9-footer. Maybe a 10-footer, I don't know. But he was big. I told people, they follow me. I do a live podcast or a live Facebook Live. Y'all see them behind me. Y'all see them following me. It does. It looks like a freaking poodle. Everybody who sees that's a poodle. No, it's baby dog man. Where'd you get it at? About 4 miles back up in the mountains. It was 4 foot tall. Because I went back and looked at that tree. Behind that tree, you see front feet, you see knees, and you see the toes. He was on all fours, laying around a tree looking at me. Apparently I woke it up because all I was doing was taking pictures of structures. That's all I was doing. And I caught him. Like with the brother and the sister. Those are 2 squatches I caught. The one that showed me her right breast, or leaning out, you can see her breast. I wasn't taking a picture of them. I was taking a picture of a structure up in the tree. But where I was standing, it caught them. No one has photographs like that. Not that I know of. I mean, I got a clear photograph, one looking around the tree, showing his teeth at me. Paul Halsey cleared that one up. I have a clear picture of a baby Sasquatch. Nobody has that I know of. Maybe they do, I don't know. But here in Virginia, I'm the only one that has that shit. Me and Connie's the only one who has pictures like that. Daniel don't have nowhere near like that. And here's another thing. 99% of the photos he's got of Sasquatches come out of my area. Come out of my area. Every one come out of my area. Watch the video, Squatch with Fred Connie. At the around the 17 to 18 minute mark right in that timeline, you see him point at us while we're talking about structure, then he'll point back in front of him, and he zooms in for about 5-10 seconds. What's he zooming in on? A young brown Sasquatch sitting in front of a healthy tree, had his legs up, had his arms wrapped around him, his head down like this, watching Daniel. He sent us a video. He sent us that part. What is this? Is it what I think it is? I said, yes, Daniel. You have videoed a juvenile Sasquatch sitting right in front of you in the open. As we stated, we told you they hide in the open. And you videoed one. But you know what he tells everybody else? Well, there was a root system there, and something was there, and I think I seen something move. I'm not sure. It might have been a bear, it might have been or something like that. He made up that bullshit because he knew exactly. He didn't want to admit that we were correct, because me and Connie stated 1 minute before he did that, before he beat us Squatch, we said they are close. We don't know what, but they are really, really close. And Daniel videos that one. Kind of odd, But see, you mean like, let's see. You mean like this one right here, Simon? Right there? See the conical head? See the brow line, the eyes, the cheekbones? Oh, by the way, this is his girlfriend right here. Gee, and Daniel found that in my video. Nobody has this photograph. A Sasquatch with her back to me. At the time I took it, everybody says, why don't you walk up there and see if it moved? No one has this right here. Look at him. Look at that right there. He's looking at me. Look, he's looking right dead at me. Look at that. You can't miss that honker. No way you can miss that. Oh, by the way, here's the one I got when I made the video, how to make them give the location away. Look at this. If you see right here, you see hair. Oh, and look at this. Look right here. Oh, there's one standing behind a tree. But yet, I'm a hoaxer. I'm a liar. At his conference last year, we were the only people there in the whole freaking conference who had actual photographs. And we had another gentleman over in the outside room who had actual hair from a Sasquatch 8 miles up the road from where we lived at. So basically, me and Connie and that guy had the evidence. But Daniel had to beg that guy for a piece of hair. Please, please, he begged him for the hair. Has he sent it off? He's not going to. But your pics even show the conical age, yep, of the Sasquatch. Your picture of the bird, yep. But you know, let Daniel say what he wants. But if y'all can even help me on this, and it's just out of shits and giggles. Whenever you talk to somebody and they say, oh, you got to listen to Daniel Benoit, you got to listen to ECV, or they are the best Bigfoot group in the state of Virginia, they're just say, no. You want to listen to the best group in Virginia? You listen to the Virginia Mountain Bigfoot, you listen to the Virginia Mountain Bigfoot Research Organization Group. These guys are the real deals. They show you photographs of squatches. They show you everything. They research through the old ways of the Native Indians. And they also talk about what they've learned from the squatches. You don't believe me? Check them out. And they realize, like last night, Curry Arnold, he doesn't even know me in person. He's only knows my name and heard people talk about me. He was blaspheming the shit out of me. He was turning my ass apart last night. He doesn't even know me. See, a lot of people who listened to Daniel started trashing me until they looked at my evidence, looked at the way I research. Then they met me in person and they say, you're nothing like the way he describes. Of course not. He's going to make me and Connie look bad and make himself look like I'm the #1 researcher. We are the top group world over in knowledge and the way we research. And all we're doing is just teaching what's in front of us. That's it. We don't read books. We don't use science. We don't do nothing. We learn from the squatches and what they leave behind and through Native Indians. That's all we do. We don't do no more. Nothing. And more people have learned from me and Connie and through every Native Indian who teaches. Every tribe describes squatches in different ways. But when it comes to the actual learning about the squatches, we all do it the same, the old ways. And that is what drives Daniel nuts. Because we don't do it his way. We don't listen to his way. We do it complete opposite, and he can't stand it. So, how am I going to get back at him for him trashing me? I'm just going to plainly say, you have been watching the #1 rated Bigfoot group in the state of Virginia, the Virginia Mountain Bigfoot Research Organization. That is going to eat his ass alive. And it's the truth. We didn't say we are number one, we're the best group in Virginia. We know we are. No, I never said that. Y'all, the audience, has said that. All over the world has said it. We're not professional Bigfoot researchers. We are a couple of country folks who enjoy the passion of researching a Sasquatch. And we do it the old-fashioned way. Simple. It's like adding 2 plus 2. Oh, that's right. 2 plus 2 with Daniels is 12. Who knows? You know, but if y'all want to see him go ballistic, just say, we just listened to the number one Bigfoot group in the state of Virginia, worldwide, Virginia Mountain Bigfoot Research Organization Group, and watch him go bananas. That right there is better than arguing back with him, because they wanted us to fall in their trap by us responding. Us responding, that makes it fun for them. And it's like a squibble squabble. Every year at this time, everybody would tell you who's known me and know Daniel will know that Daniel starts his shit every year before his conference. The only reason he's having these conferences is to make him look like he's the number one guy in the state of Virginia. It don't work like that, bottom line. The way I teach, and I'm still learning, like it's right here, like that right there. I'm learning. Connie's learning. Well, I'm still a member of the group, you know, but I haven't seen Henry. He's starting to go off to left field somewhere. Shane, he's off doing his thing, you know. Yeah, we had a blast, man. We had a blast. Me, Henry, Shane, what's that girl's name? I can't think of her name. But we had fun. Melissa Adair. You know, we had fun, but things change. Shane, he said, oh, he's been checking out Daniel and me. He's been listening to Daniel, and he thinks Daniel is nuttier than a fucking fruitcake. Henry May, well, that's a different story, you know. But Henry's Henry. You can't deny that. Shane is Shane, you know, everybody's got their way. But me and Connie, we research the old ways. We teach y'all what we learned from the Squatches. And that's another thing that drives Daniel nuts. And people say, there's no way y'all can see all them Squatches every night. There's no way possible. We're lucky if we see a Squatch in a year. And you don't know what you're doing. We ain't doing nothing different. We're just in the right spot where they cross at. That's it. We don't plan it. When I first started camping there, I didn't know anything about them crossing the road right there where I was at until I noticed it. And I just sit there and watch. Didn't take no pictures, nothing. But I did take a picture of you one time, and I didn't see him all for about a week or more. Taught me, don't take pictures of them, and I don't. Now, they don't pay attention to funny, but now if you can take a picture without a flash going off, you're lucky. But remains to be seen. But anyway, we got to go to town and get some more tubes and everything. Get a little daily business going here, you know. But like I said, y'all want to get back at Daniel for all the shit he's talked about me and talked about Connie and talked about y'all. Because remember, y'all, everybody who follows us, follows me and Connie, are a cult, and y'all are stupid. that come out of his mouth. His mouth. Okay. All right, Simon. Okay, I'm going to do this just for Simon and the rest of the audience. Okay. I tell people, watch the color of their eyes. Why? It's their moods. Well, that's bullshit. You can't see a squash's eyes until you hit them with the light. I say, number one, when their eyes are white, you see a black line go right through the center of their eye. Well, what's that line for? That line helps them draw light from pitch black darkness. Now, the attitude error, white eyes, means that they are in a playful mood. Yellow eyes, curious. Yellowish orange, curious but nervous. Emerald green, relax, like sitting in the living room watching TV with mom and dad, trusting. And of course the infamous red, bad attitude error right there. That, my friends, is the way the eyes of Sasquatch work. And here's the thing about it. People say, oh, you have to take a light to make your eyes reflect light. No, you don't. Why do you think 85% of the people who have encounters at nighttime say they see a Squatch about 90 yards out that way, and you see his eyes blinking at you when you're looking up around the tree, 9 feet high? There's no light. They draw, that little black line draws light from the pitch black darkness to help them see at night. And I've also learned by watching a juvenile and an adult communicate through eye blinks. We got lucky. We had a juvenile sit right smack in front of my fire pit one night about 2 o'clock in the morning. I couldn't sleep, so I just eased up. I heard something moving around outside, so I kind of leaned up and just sat there on the bed and was looking right at that little Squatch. I had the screen part open. And he was looking up, so I kind of like leaned forward and looked up to my right, and I seen a 9-footer, 8 or 9-footer standing there in the shadow, looking at that juvenile. And I watched them both blink, communicate. And when that adult blinked the last time at that the juvenile turned and looked right dead at me and got up and took off. And the big one, 9-footer, he walked on up the trail, walked on up that little trail going to my vehicle. And gone. I learned that. People say you're full of shit. No. Believe what you want. Believe what you want. But it seems funny that everything I describe, everything I talk about, people from all over the world has seen it or experienced the exact same thing I talk about. That's kind of weird, you know. But anyway, I'm Fred Connie. I'm Freddie 59100. You have been watching the #1 rated Bigfoot group in the state of Virginia is the Virginia Mountain Bigfoot Research Organization Group. Y'all have a nice day. Peace out.